What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades, and we've got a blade today from Kubey Knives. What we've got here is the Kubey Knives Basilisk fixed blades, and this is a damned design, damn it. Anyway, this is a design from Damned Designs as realized by Kubey Knives. And Kubey Knives, of course, is one of those Chinese manufacturers that is doing a product that is way above their price point as far as fit and finish. A whole lot of designs out there. There is a lot of great deals in this sub $100 range as far as these type of companies go. And we've featured Kubey Knives here at Baz on Blades, and they pretty much always review very well because they're typically very well made. So I did pick this up from Justin at White Mountain Knives, whitemountainKnives.com. Thank you, Justin. Justin's price on this, it was listed at $80 even, but these are currently on sale, so when you add this $80 knife to your cart, it goes in there at $64. Then you can stack on any of the numerous 10% discount codes, and that will get you down to $57.60 shipped to your house for this Basilisk fixed blade, and I think that's actually a pretty decent deal. Let's go ahead and get into the thick of things here and get the specs out of the way. So for our blade length, you're looking at 4 1/8 inch of blade length to the forward portion of the handle scale, but your cutting edge is actually about 4 1/4 inches. The cutting edge is longer, and that's 10 centimeters or 11 centimeters respective for you metric people out there. Blade width is about 1 3/4 inch or 4 1/2 centimeters. Your stock thickness is 156 thousandths of an inch or 4 millimeters. Handle length 4 3/4 inch or 12 centimeters. The width is about 1 5/16 inch or 33 millimeters. And the handle thickness 517 thousandths of an inch or 13.14 millimeters exactly. That makes for an overall length of about 9 7/8 inch or 22.5 centimeters. Your weight 6.81 ounces for the knife alone, 10.58 ounces with the very well made Kydex sheath, and in grams, that is 193 and 300 grams respective. This is a 4-inch bladed sort of companion fixed blade. It has a very solid feel in the hand. It is just big enough to be hand feeling, to feel like a real tool. It has enough blade length to actually do some real work. It is a very good feeling knife in the hand at all of those specs. Nothing feels out of balance. It doesn't look out of balance. It's an attractive knife as well. So let's talk about the materials. Your blade steel is Sandvik's 14C 28N, which probably needs no introduction or fanfare for this instance. 14C 28N is a well-known mid-range stainless steel. It was actually developed as a cutlery steel from the get-go, and it's not just an industrial steel that's been handed down into the knife world. It's a very solid performing mid-range stainless steel. It is in that mid-range that I still refer to as sort of improved 440C type of levels. 14C 28N is sort of the entryway into that, and it may top out with steels like Nitro V, which is a little tougher, or maybe 154 CM, which is an old school premium steel, which has now been relegated to the mid-range, basically. 14C 28N, you're typically going to see it Rockwell around the 59-ish Rockwell range, give or take a point. You're going to get decent edge retention at that point, decent toughness. You get good corrosion resistance. I think overall it is a very well balanced, easy to care for stainless steel that does give a step up in performance from the cheaper stainless steels, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. At the $57.60 that this knife cost me, I think 14C28N is a very good steel for that price point, for this design, for the blade profile and the grind types, which we will get into later. The handle material, you can see it's a big slab of red G10. Let's take a look at this. It is beautifully done. We'll get into that in fit and finish, but I love the pop of this red G10 against the black finish on everything else. I'm not sure what the finish is on this, but there's a little bit of, you can see where I've used this and pushed it through cardboard and stuff, but it's not really scarring anything up. It's just sort of knocked the sheen down right around this belly area a little bit. It's wearing very well, so I'm going to guess it's a black coating. So it's there for aesthetic purpose only anyway, as 14C28N is a stainless steel and doesn't need a coating. It just wants a coating with this red G10. It looks fabulous. Black finish on the small parts, which are minimal. You've got the big sort of dam design sextuple sided shape here and they use this on their folders too. It's, you know, their design cue. It's their design identity. It's part of their design identity, let's say, in their design language. You see this and you know, okay, that's a damn design. Very minimal on hardware. The hardware is all T8. Okay, there's no T6 anywhere on here, and the knife is very solid. You can see, or you can hear, when I hit that G10, okay, it is totally just reverberating through the piece as one piece. So there's no, that G10 is very flat, very well fitted, everything's tight, it's very well done. Let's take a look as we move into fit and finish on this knife. You're going to see, look at that secondary bevel, the edge bevel on that blade. This knife has got a nice, high, flat grind. On this wide blade, it doesn't have to be fully flat to get that angle down to give a thin behind the edge thickness. I didn't measure this. Actually, that's going to be, I'd say it's going to be about 20 thousandths behind the edge. Let's go ahead and let's get the calipers of doom here and get them out, and we'll just measure this as part of the video, since Baz on Blades is a dumbass that sucks at doing this. And we will. All right, let's get this up here. Let's start pulling that off towards that edge. As I'm putting pressure on with one hand on the instrument, and I'm pushing over here with my thumb. I'm pushing this back off towards the edge, and I'm going to feel as it drops off the edge. And I'm doing this very slow in a very controlled way. Okay, you saw it right there. It fell off at 25 thousandths behind the edge, and I just hit it right here where most of your cutting is going to be out through the middle of the blade. I would say it's probably right. It's probably right. It feels pretty thin, as I was guessing down around 20 thousandths. but you just saw it's about 25 thousandths behind the edge. What did I say? 156 thousandths blade stock thickness, 4 millimeters. That's pretty doggone good. That is a very good working angle as far as that edge goes for a fixed blade. It slices really well. I mean, it slices really well. Like I said, the coating and everything is done real well. The grinds are all done real well. You've got some very good jimping on a very well done thumb ramp right here. Going into the handle, fit and finish. I mean, let's just take a very, very close look. There's no gaps of any kind anywhere at all. Okay. Everything is fit and finished uniformly, evenly. Like I say, it's a very simple knife. There's not a lot going on here, but everything is perfectly lined up. The scales and the the tang of the knife itself are just perfectly mated all the way around. It's not uneven anywhere. Very well done. These companies are capable of doing such good product. It's a damn shame we cannot get this out of American manufacturing right now in the United States for anywhere near this price point. This is I'm sorry. In an American-made knife, which would be in a slightly better steel, probably, an S30V or better, this is a $200 knife instead of a $57 knife. And that's just the bottom line of things. And when you work for a living, you got to get what you can get. We all want to support America, at least the Americans do. My international brethren out there, you support wherever you live. I'm totally for that. But here in America, I want to support American companies. Unfortunately, they're just not giving me anything this good at anywhere near a competitive price, not even in the same ballpark. So that said, let's talk about the second aspect of this knife. And in a fixed blade knife, one of the most important things is the sheath. I am very happy to say this is a fantastically done sheath. Very good design, very good manufacturing. The form of this sheath is clean and crisp and 100% professionally done. It is a very good quality sheath. Let's take a look here at the fit. Okay, I'm going to put pressure right here. There is no play. There is no play at all. Okay, that popping you hear, that's actually my bones in my hand. Sorry about that, but I am old. It is very, very well done, and that is in comparison to any other Kydex sheath. I'm going to bring out another knife here that has got what I consider to be the best production Kydex sheath I have seen in quite a few years, and that is the Kubey Knives Storm Ridge. This, for a compact, sort of tactical fixed blade, is one of the finest designs you will find anywhere. But we're going to talk about the sheath here. And these two sheaths are a lot alike. There are some differences, of course. You can see there is a difference in material sourcing. You can see the different sort of surface on that material. The designs are very similar. This is a taco type of design. It is one piece folded over at the spine. Let's take a look down the spine on these. You see how straight these spines are? There's no fluctuation in thickness. There's no waviness. It's just straight. And you can see they're done two different ways, but the quality is the same as far as that goes. We'll look up around here at the molded part, the retention part, the throating on the sheath, and they're very similarly done. Okay, one thing that I like a little better about this Kubey sheath is they've taken this thumb ramp portion and they've heated it and pulled it down to soften that. Okay, as you pull that knife, your thumb pushes off against that thumb ramp. You're getting this with this Civivi sheath versus this with this sheath. Now that is plenty of shelf to push off on. It's the same amount of shelf as far as these go, but they've cut it down here and they didn't cut it down on the Civivi. They formed that out into a lip. I like that a little better. I like it. It's not better or worse or anything. It's a different way of doing things. The shelf is still here on this Damn Designs designed Kubey Knives Basilisk. You can still see here on the Basilisk, there is plenty of shelf to push off on. It is ramped down. It is soft. It's not sharp-edged or anything. Just a slightly different take in how to do it. It's an absolutely fantastic sheath. We've got a Tech-Locky-ish sort of mounting system here with the push button type. It's got a push button in the bottom. You can adjust for the width of your belt. You've got all of these places where they can mount on different types of sheaths. It would be ambidextrous. You would just take these two screws out, flip that sheath over, and re-screw it on the other side. And blammo, it's a left-handed sheath. Great. That is a great feature on a lot of Kydex sheaths. This does have a lock. You're going to push this button over and it is physically blocked from being pressed in and releasing. All of it can be done one-handed without looking. If it's on your belt or your pack or your chest rig or whatever you've got it on and you want to remove it one-handed without looking at it, that's easy enough to do. Let's get that sheath out of here. It's damn near perfect. That sheath is awesome. Awesome. So the fit and finish on this knife, we've gone over that. You've seen the materials. You know about the performance level of these types of materials. The only thing really left to talk about on this knife is the design itself, the utilitarian usefulness of it, the ergonomics in the hand of it. How is it to work with? It's a joy to work with. There are things on this knife, features that I typically do not prefer, but are done very well in this design. I can see why this Basilisk design has been popular in both the fixed blade versions and the folder versions. There's a lot of very good balance of features here. One of them is this thumb ramp and the jimping, and it is in relationship to the finger choils. Now we have the natural finger choil in the handle here, and in my large size hands with medium chunky fingers, this is how it fits in a natural grip. It is absolutely wonderful. It's got everything I want to see for ergonomic comfort and being able to handle and control this tool. You've got that finger choil. You've got a wide open section to the center of the handle. Flares a little bit here at the butt for a sort of pseudo bird's beak. It drops down here at the butt end on the spine side because your hand is curved in here. It's not flat. If the back of your handle is perfectly flat, that is not natural. Look at that. This is a curve right here in my hand. I love that slight drop to the butt of a handle on a fixed blade or a folder. It is very good in that normal grip on the handle and very controllable. I can exert great amounts of force to push through or cut through. I just feel totally in control of a real tool. If I go forward to this finger choil, I can stay back here on the thumb ramp if I'm going to work very close up on this edge. Or I can push my thumb out, get beyond for a new artificial rotation point here as I move my thumb forward. And I've got more control coming out towards the midsection of the blade. Now, it has a very high tip in relationship to the perceived center line of the design itself. So this is not a knife where I'm going to try to get up on the tip and do a lot of utility cutting with. I'm going to do a lot of detailed cutting in here on the flat, and I'm going to do a lot of push, sweep through, rotate through, slicing across this big old amount of belly. It is belly-licious. This knife is belly-licious. It is such a good balance of design in this knife. Now, even though you're not going to really use this a lot for like utility cutting, it still does have a very purposeful tip to it that catches instantly. As I was saying earlier, that secondary bevel is extremely clean. Okay, even out to the tip is not rolled at all. It does absolutely come to a tip. Very well done as far as this blade goes. Very well done on deeply cut, deep cut on that jimping. Very good. Let's get up here in that jimping. We'll put a little bit of pressure on for a minute. Simulates. We're going to go here. We're going to cut over here. We're going to cut over here. We're going to stab, 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 stab. Okay, so now you can see exactly what we're talking about. Look at how much meat of the pad of my thumb gets down in that jimping. My thumb is locked in there. That absolutely does assist in grip. Fantastic job to Kubey Knives on something so simple that the majority of knife makers get absolutely wrong. Their jimping is never aggressive enough. Ergonomics in the handle, of course, we've already talked about that. It's a very comfortable, usable, workable, solid feeling. So it feels solid in the hand. It's got just enough weight, just enough chunkiness in the handle. It's got that nice wide handle, but it's still a full thickness at what I say 517 thousandths of an inch or 13.14 millimeters exactly. It is thick enough to feel comfortable, but since it's fairly wide, it does have a flat enough feel to help it index in your hand and to resist twisting in the hand. You know, a rounder handle, when you have to put any pressure on your cuts, it feels like it can be squirming or twisting in your hand. But it's got enough of a flatness, but still with these big facets around the edge, deeply done. It does give it a three-dimensional feel while still being wide and flat enough, and it's very secure in the hand. Everybody knows how good of a material G10 is for handles. For normal use, it's damn near indestructible. It's moisture doesn't bother it. Humidity doesn't bother it. For the most part, moderate heat does not bother it. Don't leave it out in the direct sun. It can cause G10 to warp. It will also damage your Kydex sheath. Do not throw that up in the dash of your car and leave it out on a hot summer day, because you will fuck that shit up. But under normal use, this knife should be damn near indestructible at almost 4 millimeter stock thickness, 156 thousandths of an inch. It feels very good, very capable, very usable, very high quality in the hand. Kubey Knives, it's all of these companies, whether it's Kubey or Civivi or Best Tech or Concept or Tuya or any of these knife brands, they are doing such a high quality product. It's very hard to compete with it. It is very hard to compete with it. It is very hard to outdo this. I mean, if Kubey did a premium version of this in a premium blade steel with micarta, a beautiful micarta, or a carbon fiber on this, and they charged, instead of $80, they charged $120 $20 or $130. You still couldn't beat that in an American-made product, and that's a damn shame. It is a damn shame. It just costs more to manufacture in the United States. It's super expensive to manufacture anything in the United States, and that's what kills the consumers as far as in-term cost. So let's get off of that subject. It's depressing the hell out of me. I'm going to have to go have a drink now. The Kubey Knives Basilisk, designed by Damn Designs, because it's their damn design, damn it. I like it. I'm going to have to pick up one of the folder versions of this and check it out as well. Maybe I will pick one of those up in the future. I'll hold on to this. I'll throw it in the giveaway box, and then we'll do a Kubey Basilisk Damn Designs giveaway maybe in the future. Maybe. So I'm not making any promises, guys. There you go. Kubey Knives, Damn Designs, Basilisk. Why am I having such a hard time with that word? It's literally written on a piece of paper right in front of me. Basilisk. And I have great handwriting too. It's easily readable. I can see it right from where I'm at, and I can't say it. Basilisk. Yeah, let's get out of here. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.